I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to Redmen TV, where I have the unfortunate job of delivering the news that Liverpool have lost in the final of the ICC, the International Champions Cup, over in Miami. Just let that sink in for a while. Liverpool lost to Man United 3-1 in a friendly game. Of course, there's no such thing as a friendly when it comes to those teams, and yes, absolutely, I would have given anything to absolutely smash them off the park. It wasn't to be. Let's get stuck into some of your comments. Ryan May at rmay98. As usual, our worst player on the pitch was Glenn Johnson. When will Rodgers realise? Fucking awful. Yeah, Glenn Johnson wasn't great, was he? But then I think someone said he sort of making these comments about Glenn Johnson, and I've seen some people saying like he wasn't too bad, or he was outstandingly bad. He wasn't outstandingly bad. That's just I've just gotten. Maybe I'm just accepting that's what Glenn Johnson's level is these days. Like I think we're being naive at the minute. I feel like we're being naive to sort of think that he's gonna come good again, and maybe when we get back into competitive games. But we were in the most competitive games we've been in since he's joined the club at the end of last season, and he wasn't up to scratch. And you can see clearly what the areas Liverpool needs to strengthen on that game alone. Fullbacks got to be a priority. Obviously, Manquillo's coming in, but as Chris has pointed out in his fact file, and we were talking on the subscribe shows last night, he's not going to come in and be it. You know what I mean? You can't expect him to come in and be Liverpool's answer at right back. So maybe there's a case for John Flanagan when he's fit that he will start. But is that thrilling? I don't know. But Glenn Johnson, yeah, he wasn't great. But then I think to basically make out like it's a shocking thing is a bit, it's a bit wide of the mark for me. Anyway, Sam Rawdon says Raheem Sterling looks head and shoulders above everyone in this team. Absolutely. We were talking on the subscribers last night, and talking about who was our best player, who are the players that deserve to earn the top wages at Liverpool now that Luis Suarez has gone. And okay, we want to see him deliver his second half of the season over the course of a full season, but Raheem Sterling is now our player who you get the ball to him and he makes things happen. His ability to just skin people out of nothing is frightening, and added into that, and it's actually not mentioned in the comment, but Phil Coutinho as well. Yeah, he grew into the game, he got better and better. Some of his touches were just just football porn. Basically, just the lads had more vines made of him in his last 90 minutes of football than like the vast majority of players have in their entire careers. And it's a friendly game. Now he looked outstanding. The pair of them, they linked so well, and but it wasn't quite clicking. And the good thing is, that's what pre-season's for. If it's not going to click, you don't want it to. If it's not clicking, you'd rather it not click in pre-season than during the season. That's the whole fucking idea. But no, some of the touches, some of the sort of interplay between them was just frightening. And if they'd had a Daniel Sturridge in that side with them, I think we'd have been a lot more potent of an attacking force. Stuart Rawsthorne says, "I'm glad I didn't stay up till 3 a.m. to watch it." Oh wait, yeah, I think that was pretty much the feel across the board, and it was a great insight for me to obviously we've been doing these match reaction shows for the best part of 4 years now, and when you get some comments after the matches and you realise that like when you've had to sit up till 4 o'clock in the morning and you've probably I paid specifically for the game, like I had to get it on Now TV, so I had to get a day pass to Sky Sport, so it cost me a tenner and I had to sit up till 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? Watching the match and doing the post-match stuff. So yeah, I can see why people would be fucking raging after that, and I can see why we get so many angry comments after Liverpool defeats. Like so, it did feel like a little bit of a fucking kick in the teeth having to stay up doubly so because we lost to Man United. But yeah, I think there's a lot of shared pain going around. But equally, there's a lot of Aussies and American Liverpool fans going, "There you go, dickheads. That's what we have to put up with every single week of the season." So look, fair play to you. Much love to anyone who does sit up to fucking look. Because I was joking the other day that if Liverpool's games kicked off at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning for the entirety of my life, probably wouldn't follow footy. I'd probably follow cricket or something like that. You know what I mean? I was just saying rugby, but no, probably wouldn't. I'd be into like fucking Crown Green bowls or something. You know what I mean? Something that starts at a reasonable hour. This is a good one. At some of the incredibly, I wonder if there's any significance. At 689908 MUFC, you won't finish in the top 4 without a marquee signing. I presume he's talking to his own team, his own fans there. No, I can see that. I can see what they're trying to do there. He's obviously trying to troll us, the trickster. What a scamp. Look, Liverpool don't need marquee signings, because when do Liverpool buy marquee signings? Tell me when Liverpool go out and buy like £60 million ready-made marquee. We buy players that are, approaching that borderline. Fernando Torres was a big name when we signed him. Suarez, players that are on the cusp. That's the kind of players we need to be targeting. But this marquee signing bullshit is just fucking new money Chelsea bullshit, and I don't want to see Liverpool dragged into that mire. Be lovely if Liverpool had just fucking turned around and gone, there's James Rodriguez, enjoy. That would have been sensational, absolutely sensational. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, and sit here holding my breath, waiting for Liverpool to pull out Falcao out their arse or something like that. Like, if it happens, amazing. But equally, you look at what Liverpool have done in the past. Like I say, Fernando Torres wasn't a prolific centre forward when we signed him. He had bags of promise. But we took him and we turned him into a world-class centre-forward. Luis Suarez had a phenomenal goal-scoring record in the Eredivisie. And he was ready to make that step up, but we took him and we turned him into a world-class player. The fact is we bought him for like 22 and we sold him for 75. Fernando Torres bought him for 20-odd, sold him for 50. That's the kind of examples we're talking about. So, I mean, if I was a Man United fan, I'd worry more about my own team than us, to be perfectly honest, because I think they seem to think that because Liverpool got finished, we're in a close run title race because we didn't have European football, that automatically they're going to be able to do exactly the same way that they were going to repeat our Istanbul-like feat and win the Champions League instead of because they weren't going to finish in the top 4. That worked well as well. But time will tell. Maybe they will. Bailey MC15, fullbacks are shocking. No final threat. Striker needed. Reina in, Mignolet out. Agree with the fullbacks. Agree with the striker needed. Absolutely. Reina and Mignolet out. Nah. Just nah. I've seen a few people nailing Mignolet after that game. Just nah. No. He's just a fucking good keeper. I know his distribution's not Pepe Reina-esque, but also Pepe Reina's, as we've said this time and time again, Pepe Reina's shot stopping is nowhere near Mignolet-esque. Just look at the Milan game. Made 2 fantastic saves, Mignolet. Pepe Reina doesn't make them saves. And I know we can't say with any degree of certainty, maybe he would. But Mignolet's in there. And we were making a comment again on the subscriber shows that Simon Mignolet last season was as important to Liverpool's title charge as Luis Suarez or Steven Gerrard's free kicks. The points that he saved us by worldy saves are just, simple fact. Just go back to the first game of the season, change a penalty, first game of the season, starts Liverpool's ball rolling as far as the campaign goes. There you go. And I think I agree that he needs some backup. I love Pepe. I genuinely is my favourite goalkeeper of all time. So don't think that I'm being dismissive of Pepe Reina's abilities. I'm saying I love Pepe Reina. I want to see Simon Mignolet be Liverpool's first choice keeper. So there we go. But if you agree or disagree, of course, for Game for Opinions, let me know in the comments underneath. But it does look like if Pepe Reina was going to play for Liverpool, he'd have played for Liverpool in pre-season. Looks to me like we're just keeping him injury-free so we can get rid of him. Which is a shame, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, just to round up, Rowan L12 or L12 says, it may be pre-season, but a loss to United sucks so much. And that's it. It is a pre-season friendly. We can write it off all we want. Let's be fair. If we'd beaten Man United, we'd all be buzzing today. I would be. And I felt I'd vindicated and stayed up till piss o'clock in the morning to watch it. I thought we did enough in places. I think we shade. I think if it hadn't been 3-1, I'd say we were the better team. But ultimately, they were far more clinical in front of goal. So what you can't really say much. That I thought we had consistently brighter moments than they did. They don't look great. I'm a bit annoyed that we didn't take advantage of that. Because our defence is shaky at best. But that back three, if that's Man United's back three going into this season, all this talk of Liverpool need a marquee to get in the top 4. Man United need 3 centre halves if they want to get in the top half of the table. If they're going to play 3 at the back like that, and at least 1 more wing back. To be fair, Ashley Young didn't look anywhere near as bad as everyone expected him to do. And I like the tactical masterclass where Van Gaal either made a masterstroke by making an early substitution of Antonio Valencia, or remembered that he'd forgotten to put a left back on the pitch. Genius. Well, I mean, Valencia was injured, but that's nowhere near as got as much. Got nowhere near as much comedic value, has it? But looking from a Liverpool perspective, say bright spots. Sterling, Coutinho looked very good. Sacco looked very, very composed. And some of the tackles he was putting in, I'm excited to see him get a full run of the team. If he can create a partnership with, let's say, Lovren for the sake of argument, because it looks most likely, that could be very, very good defensive partnership for Liverpool. As we've seen, the fullbacks clearly need strength. They've needed strengthening all last season and all summer so far. Hopefully Moreno's going to come in, or someone. Hopefully, I mean, looks like Manquillo's over for his medical, so that looks like it'll be done dusted. Having some options there would be great. I'm just disappointed Ricky Lambert wasn't quite up to the task, and that's what we've said a lot of. Ricky Lambert isn't the kind of we have to change the way of playing. If we're just going to have Ricky Lambert on his own up front, I don't think it quite works with him. We need someone who can get in beyond, who can create a few more problems. And that's Daniel Sturridge, but if he's injured, then we need to go out and buy someone else. It's as simple as that. Anyway, we're going to wrap up there. Thank you very much for all your comments. I am angry that we've not won, but am I angry to the point that I'm going to take to Twitter with my caps lock turned on? No. And if you are, turn the caps lock off, go and have a sit down, have a word with yourself. It's pre-season. We'll see you back next week. If you want to watch more Redmen TV goodness, we've got 3 amazing shows on the subscriber on the website. This week, we've done the final word, looking back at last week's games. That's pretty much done and dusted, but that's fine. We've got the Reds News Roundup and the Reds Transfer Roundup, which adds up to about an hour and a half plus of amazing Liverpool content. We're discussing all of the things that Liverpool need to do, all these big debates that we've mentioned, everything from the Dani Alves link and quashing Balotelli rumours to how long Steven Gerrard's got left in the tank, Liverpool's defence, what's our best defensive partnership, etc., etc. Go and check it out. It's free for a month. Best time to do it. The season's about to kick off, and we're going to be here next week. We're going to be bringing you our build up to the new season exclusive on the website, so go and check it out and get ready for the new campaign with the Redmen TV. Anyway, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and leave any of your thoughts on anything we've discussed in the comments section. Anyway, I'm Paul Major for the Redmen TV. Ta-ra.